Workplaces are where we spend a large part of our day, and our relationships with colleagues can significantly impact both our work and mental health. However, sometimes we encounter people with toxic behavior which can negatively affect not only us but also the entire team. It's essential to know how to manage these individuals because unchecked negative behavior can quickly create a toxic work environment. Who is toxic in the workplace? Toxic people at work are those who often create conflict, tension, or arguments. This could be through belittling comments, pressuring others, or creating a negative atmosphere. They might not even realize the impact their behavior has on others. While their actions may not always be extreme, small, continuous negative behaviors can snowball into bigger issues. The impact of working with toxic people. Working with someone who has toxic behavior can lead to constant stress, anxiety, and insecurity, which can affect your mental health, potentially causing anxiety or even depression. It can also lower your work performance, drain your motivation, and make you feel dissatisfied with your job. The importance of managing toxic people. Handling toxic people is crucial because if nothing is done, their negative behavior will spread, potentially harming both you and the team. Learning how to deal with and manage these individuals is a key step in maintaining a positive work environment and ensuring that work stress doesn't spill over into your personal life. Chapter 1. Identifying toxic people. Recognizing and identifying toxic individuals in the workplace is the first step in addressing the issue. Once you can spot the traits of a toxic person, you'll be better equipped to handle them more effectively. Key traits of toxic people at work. Identifying toxic individuals isn't always difficult, but their behavior may not be immediately obvious. Here are some common traits often found in toxic people. 1. Constant negative criticism. Toxic people frequently criticize others in a negative way. This could be through belittling remarks, mocking, or offering comments that make others feel bad. They rarely provide constructive feedback but instead focus on destroying morale and making others feel worthless. 2. Disregard for others' feelings. People with toxic behavior often ignore or are indifferent to the feelings of those around them. Their words or actions show little concern for the impact on others. They do what they want without regard for others, or they intentionally hurt people for personal gain. 3. Control and manipulation. Toxic individuals tend to try to control situations or others, whether it's pushing people to work the way they want, or insisting that their way is always the right way. This need for control often leads to stress and a sense of being manipulated. 4. Creating conflict and drama. Toxic people are often the source of conflict at work. They might stir up drama or cause arguments between coworkers. Sometimes they resort to gossip or slander, which leads to mistrust within the team. Examples of negative workplace behavior. Taking credit for others' successes. Speaking poorly about colleagues behind their backs. Refusing to collaborate or work as part of a team. Using negative communication or dismissing others' input. Sabotaging others' work or career development. Being able to identify these behaviors allows you to begin thinking about how to manage and address them so that they don't affect your work performance or mental health in the long run. Chapter 2. The impact of toxic people on your work life. Working with people who have toxic behavior can make getting through the workday more and more difficult. Their influence doesn't just ruin the work atmosphere, it can also cause stress and damage your work performance. Impact on work performance. Being around toxic individuals can drain your motivation and drastically lower your work performance. The stress and conflict they create make it hard to focus on your tasks. You might find yourself feeling burnt out, unmotivated, and less willing to participate in team efforts. Conflict can lead to a lack of concentration or cause you to spend too much energy managing emotions and stress, instead of using that energy to get your work done. Impact on workplace relationships. Working in a team with toxic people can lead to a hostile and uncooperative environment. The conflict and mistrust toxic individuals create can make others in the team reluctant to collaborate or communicate, which makes teamwork even harder. Poor communication or gossip within the team can lead to misunderstandings and resentment among coworkers and damage relationships that should be positive. Impact on mental and physical health. Dealing with toxic people every day can take a toll on your mental health, often without you even realizing it. This accumulated stress can eventually affect your physical health as well. The stress from constantly dealing with toxic behavior can lead to depression, anxiety, or emotional exhaustion. It can also trigger physical symptoms like headaches, stomach issues, or other stress-related conditions, including poor sleep and a loss of balance in your daily life. Impact on career progression. Working with toxic individuals can hinder your career growth. They might try to take credit for your work or steal your achievements. In some cases, they may block your opportunities to develop skills or advance in your career fully. In the long run, the impact of working with toxic people can not only rob you of the joy of work, but also push you to consider quitting or changing jobs to reduce stress and protect your mental health. Chapter 3. Strategies for dealing with toxic people. Handling toxic individuals at work requires both skills and careful planning to protect your mental health and work performance. Here are some key strategies to help you effectively manage these situations. Setting boundaries, protecting yourself with clear limits. Establishing clear boundaries is essential when dealing with toxic people. Boundaries help prevent them from having too much influence over you. Don't let them take advantage of you. If they try to shift work onto you or ask for favors that cross the line, politely but firmly say no. Set time for yourself. If they try to monopolize your time or resources, establish clear communication boundaries, like saying, "We can discuss this during working hours only." Don't engage in drama, avoiding conflict and drama. Toxic people often create drama or conflict to get attention or manipulate situations. Staying out of it can save you from unnecessary stress. Don't react emotionally. Stay calm and avoid responding to provocation. Maintain emotional distance. Don't let them throw you off balance or drag you into the drama they're creating. Communicate assertively. How to be confident without being aggressive. Assertive communication means expressing your needs and boundaries clearly without being aggressive. Get straight to the point. Be direct and clear in your conversations without being threatening or attacking. For example, "I'm uncomfortable with this behavior, and I'd like us to address it directly." Avoid defensive language. Don't over-explain or justify yourself. Instead, speak confidently and stay on point. Document everything, keeping records for when you need evidence. Sometimes the situation may escalate to a point where evidence is necessary. If the toxic behavior becomes serious or affects your work, keeping records can provide concrete proof. Record key incidents. Keep track of dates, times, and details of significant events, especially if their behavior impacts work or decisions. Save emails or messages. If relevant communication happens through email or text, keep copies as evidence for resolving the issue later if needed. Seek support from HR or management, getting help when needed. If the situation is beyond your control, seeking help from human resources, HR, or management might be the best approach, especially when the toxic behavior affects the entire team. Talk to HR or a manager. If you can't resolve things on your own, consider bringing the issue to HR or a supervisor for advice and solutions. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Sometimes facing toxic individuals requires support from people with authority. You shouldn't feel guilty or ashamed about seeking help in this situation. Chapter 4. When it's time to let go. Sometimes, no matter how hard you try to manage toxic individuals at work, their behavior might not change or even get worse. At that point, you may need to consider letting go and protecting yourself by removing yourself from the situation for the sake of your mental health and overall well-being. Recognizing what you can't change. It's important to realize that there are some things you can't control or change. Toxic people might refuse to change their behavior, or the organization may be unable to offer help if the issue is too deep-rooted. Ask yourself, have I done everything I could? If the answer is yes and things are still getting worse, it might be time to let go. Prioritizing your mental health. Your mental health comes first. If working with toxic individuals is causing you significant stress, anxiety, or mental health struggles, leaving that environment may be the best solution. Signs of chronic stress. If you're experiencing emotional exhaustion, insomnia, or overwhelming anxiety, these could be signals that it's time to step away. Deciding to change jobs or teams. If you can't resolve the situation with toxic colleagues, sometimes the best option is to switch jobs or move to another team. Being in a healthy work environment that supports your mental health is crucial in the long run. Ask yourself, is this job worth sacrificing my mental health for? If the answer is no, it's worth considering a move to a better environment. Prepare for a job change. Start looking for new opportunities if the situation seems unfixable. Get your finances in order and research companies or teams with healthier environments. Protecting your future. Remember, letting go can sometimes be an investment in your future. Leaving a toxic environment can give you the chance to grow and thrive in a place that's better suited to you. Courage to let go. The decision to switch jobs or leave a toxic situation can be tough. But if your mental health and happiness are at risk, it's a decision worth making. Building a support network. Before you make your move, build a network of colleagues who support you and seek advice from people who have been in similar situations. Having people who understand your situation can make the decision to leave much easier. Chapter 5. Conclusion. Dealing with toxic individuals in the workplace is never easy, but it's crucial if you want to work happily and efficiently. By now, we've covered how to identify toxic people, the impact they can have on your work life, and the strategies you can use to protect yourself. Here are the key takeaways to remember. You have the right to set boundaries. Protect yourself by creating clear limits so toxic people can't influence you negatively. Avoid getting caught up in drama. This will safeguard your mental health and emotional well-being from unnecessary conflicts. Communicate assertively. Confident communication is a powerful tool for fostering understanding and respect in the workplace. Document and keep evidence. If toxic behavior affects your work, keeping a record of incidents might help protect you in the future. Don't hesitate to seek help when needed. You don't have to handle this alone. Reach out to HR or management when the situation is beyond your control. Ultimately, choosing to let go or leave a negative situation is often the best decision for your well-being. Your mental health and happiness should always come first, and you have every right to seek a healthier work environment. Ready to remove toxic influences from your work life? Subscribe to the Awakened Way channel for expert tips, powerful tools, and inspiring content that helps you create a thriving, drama-free professional environment.